Good morning, it's Chelsea.OConnor with Cymark Controls. I'm here to talk to you today about the EFOY fuel cell, but first I'll do a really quick introduction to our company if you're not familiar with us already. So at Cymark, we've been around for over 40 years. You probably know us as an automation, instrumentation, and drives and motor control supplier. A new addition to our product line was in 2013. We were acquired by a company called SFC Energy out of Germany, and they manufacture an EFOY fuel cell, which is our energy division. And that's actually what I'm here to talk to you about today. So I'll give you a really quick run through of what the EFOY fuel cell is doing and how we fit in this methane reduction target space. So this is the fuel cell right here. So if you're not familiar with fuel cell technology, we're a cold fuel cell. So what that means is that we can provide power on demand. So how we're producing power is through a chemical reaction. Your energy input is going to be ultra pure methanol located in these jugs right here. And your energy output is going to be straight DC power, which we connect into these batteries. So in a typical installation, you're going to have a solar array that's connected to your batteries, and the fuel cell has voltage sensing lines connected directly to the battery bank. And all it's doing is it's monitoring the state of charge on your batteries. So when your battery's discharged to, let's say, 50%, the fuel cell's automatically going to turn itself on. It's going to carry the burden of the site load, and it's going to bring your batteries back up to float. Once they're back up at float, it's automatically going to kick itself back off, and it's going to sit in standby mode and wait for your batteries to drop again. So the way that we're designing these packages is so that you can kind of get the most out of your solar in the summer months when solar should be able to work, and with the EFOY supplementing power during primarily the winter months. The way that these systems are designed, they are fully redundant. So if something were to happen to your solar array, like theft or damage, or let's say it's heavy forest fire season, so no solar radiance can get to the actual panels, the EFOY size to carry the full burden of the site load as well. When we're sizing these systems, we're aiming so that you get 1 year of system autonomy. So when you look at autonomy, and if you're familiar, let's say, with standalone solar, you know that autonomy is generally tied to a battery bank. With the EFOY fuel cell, because you've got a smart battery charger integrated in the system already, it's a little bit different. We're tying our autonomy more to the fuel than we are on the batteries. And the reason for that is because of the energy density in methanol. So let's say you've got a 70-watt continuous load, you're gonna get about 14 days of power off of one of these fuel cartridges right here, and you've got 2 in a setup. So that's about a month of autonomy. And if you compare that to what a month of autonomy looks like in a battery, that's a massive difference in footprint. So what the fuel cell is gonna do is it's gonna drain cartridge 1 completely empty before it switches over to cartridge 2. All of this is being communicated to you through Modbus that are built directly into the system firmware. So a lot of our clients have a SCADA system already set up, so they're just going to tie it into their RTU, and then that gives operations the ability to remotely monitor and control the system, as well as set low fuel alarms. So in a perfect world, in an ideal installation, generally at the end of winter, once the EFOY is done the bulk of its operation, you're going to go out and you're going to swap your fuel cartridges. And then that should see you through to the same time next year. So there's no annual preventative maintenance required on the fuel cell, which is really one of the key benefits of the fuel cell. So there's negligible carbon footprint. We're producing power through a chemical reaction with no combustion process. So for the CO2 that we're producing, it's similar to a human breathing, which is why we fit very well in this space where people are looking at reducing their emission footprint. Just to give you an example, let's say you have a client that was using a thermoelectric generator to produce power. We're about a 99% reduction in carbon emissions. And then when you look at the operational expense on this type of package, let's say it's a chemical injection, we're backing up a system that's out in an area where they've got very low periods of sunlight during the day, and solar is it just can't keep up in the winter, and you need that added reliability. So in summary, this is the EFOY fuel cell. So think about us backing up your chemical pumps, your electric actuators. We'll provide well pad power, SCADA instrumentation, repeaters. If it's a midstream application, you'll see us on block valves, risers, cathodic protection, you name it. Really anywhere where you're looking for a highly reliable power solution for a low power application is where the EFOY fits. So if you've got any questions or concerns, you want to learn more about our technology, feel free to check out the Cymark website and get in contact with one of your sales representatives. Look forward to chatting with you. Thank you.